Hello everyone. Monday, March the 7th, we are in the first week of Lent. And this is the optional memorial of Saints Perpetua and Saint Felicity, early Christian martyrs. So the Lord spoke to Moses. This is from the book of Leviticus, because it jumps all around during Lent. You shall not steal, you shall not deal falsely, and you shall not lie to one another, and you shall not swear falsely by my name, profaning the name of the Lord your God. I am the Lord. Preceding that is, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. I think we have a very difficult time comprehending the advancement of this moral code in the time in which it was proclaimed by God to these people. This would have been like night and day, compared to where they had been in slavery and where God was calling them to be to the land of to the promised land. But this is what God calls us to be. He calls it seems like a bunch of rules, right? I mean, Leviticus seems like a bunch of rules, and in fact it is. But it's only there because of the blasphemous, grave, mortal sin they committed by worshiping the golden calf. Otherwise, Leviticus, the book of Leviticus, would not have been written. If they had been faithful to what they said they were going to be faithful to. So God held them to their own word. So this is why we have the book of Leviticus. So God is still requiring these people to be holy as he is holy. He's not saying to them, I know you have to promise me you'll never sin. You have to promise me you'll never make mistakes. He's not saying that. He's saying you must be holy as I am holy. He's calling them to a clear standard. He knows they're going to fail. He knows they're going to commit sin. But they need to strive for holiness. They need and settle for nothing less. To be like God. Now, God will help them do this, of course. They can't do it on their own. And that's the whole point here, is that you need to ask me, God is saying to them in effect, you need to ask me to help you be holy, and I will help you 100% all of the way. And it still applies to us even more so with the seventh sacrament. So always keep that in mind. Okay, over to the gospel of the day. Now this is from Matthew chapter 25. It's the scene of the last judgment. And in brief, the Son of Man sits on, and he has those coming forward, and it's the goats and the sheep, okay? So it's basically here we come into contact with the corporal works of mercy, because it's all about, basically, I was thirsty and you gave me food, or I was hungry and you gave me food, I was thirsty and you gave me drink, I was naked and you clothed me, sick and you took care of me, in prison and you visited me. This is where we get the corporal works of mercy. We haven't dreamed them up. And in fact, you find them, I believe, they're in the book of Isaiah the prophet. So it basically comes down to the fact that we can't just say, and I'm talking obviously to people watching this are probably baptized Catholics or Christians, we can't just say I believe in Jesus and not actually do anything with it. We have to be willing to give it away in effect. Treat others like Christ treated them. Be holy, for I am holy. The fundamental principle of the New Testament is imitate Christ, right? So we have to be like Christ, and Christ always dealt kindly and mercifully with the poor. Not just with the poor, obviously, because the poor, I'm talking with poor materially, but also with the rich, because he wanted to save them as well. In some ways, they were much harder to save because they tend to rely upon themselves a whole lot more than the poor, who know they're destitute, who know they have little to nothing, and there tends to be a disposition and openness to God's grace. So Jesus is very clear here, and it's something you and I should review in our examination of conscience. Mother Teresa used to say that the gospel basically boils down to what you did to me. What you did to me. Okay, so it's 5 basic things that is found here in this gospel. So we need to be conscientious. We need to be aware, sort of go outside of our own little head and our own concerns and see, am I at least trying to be aware of circumstances around me? Am I trying to, give drink to the thirsty and so on? And this is so important for us. Am I trying to clothe the naked? Am I helping food banks? That could be a practical, specific thing. So today, really be conscientious about trying to be like Jesus, putting into practice the corporal works of mercy. God bless you.